Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Apple report for Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. But before I walk you through the charts, as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. Share the content, if you would, with friends and colleagues, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos just like this one. Daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs. Weekly analysis in the S&P 500 Index, the NASDAQ 100 Index, the Long Bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube. That is 8 a month that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor. We're always looking for at least 20% moves on those stock picks, and you can check out all of this for no cost for 5 days. We offer a 5-day free trial up front with a wickedstocks.com subscription. So sign up for wickedstocks.com, check it all out. If you don't like what you see within 5 days, you can cancel your subscription at no cost to you whatsoever. Let's jump into the charts. Just want to remind you, this is the big picture, this weekly bar chart that shows 175.08 as a former descending channel top. We did test it a couple of months ago, held very nicely after having closed above it several months earlier. 175.08 can contain selling through the month of March, and once tested, we can round up into the mid-190s within a month or two of testing 175.08. I'll get to the mid to upper 170s in a moment, but it really is sort of a channel structure that comes off the top here that, if settled above, should launch follow-through buying through the second quarter and into the third. But until then, we are really midterm, which is to say for the next month or two, in what I would consider to be a two-sided framework between 175.08 and 197.25. You can see the mid 170s on the daily chart here, the former channel top, 175.08 in the weekly chart, 174.52 daily chart. We also have a descending channel bottom that is based on more recent activity, that December all-time high. That is at 175.81. So the mid 170s loaded with solid support, able to absorb selling through March, possibly through the second quarter. And from here, we can round back up to some variation of a horizontal channel resistance that I don't see anywhere today on our charts, but I can show you. If you take a trend line off these lows and put a parallel structure off this high, that comes in at 197.25. So I say some variation, because if we were to fall into the mid 170s, the trend line off these lows would be violated, and we would have to reconstruct the channel resistance would be somewhere in the low to mid 190s. So this will change. It's a dynamic approach to trend identification, as you're well aware if you've been watching us for the last number of weeks or months. Let's talk about whether or not we're going to test the mid 170s. And what I have to say about that is, so how do I backtrack? We don't show it here, but if you've been following for the last few days, you know that there's a descending short-term channel top that we did close below by a degree on Monday. But the problem with it is it wasn't by a very wide margin. And in fact, that channel top is dropping to 180.80 on Tuesday. We close at 181.16. So just an unchanged open would open us right back above that channel top. In other words, I hate to do this, but once in a while it's necessary, where we sort of shuffle the deck a little bit. If you went short on Monday's close based on that sell signal, my regrets. But from what I'm seeing now, I'm much more comfortable with a settlement today below the 180.24 level. It's preceded by a trend line off the lows at 180.34 that we don't even include. 180.24 is the backstop really through the rest of the week. We could easily call this a weekly support level, but I would rather keep it light in this vicinity. Can contain session weakness. And once tested, we can round back up to what I consider to be meaningful resistance at 185.05. You can see both of them here. In fact, this is a pretty good representation of what I call the 3 to 5 day time frame. buying 180.24, selling 185.05. They both have pivot point qualities into later week. If we were to break 180.24 today, 178.48 is likely. That is a simple trend line off these lows. And if we then close below 180.24 today, I see a 3 to 5 day sell signal into the mid 170s. That area I spent the first few minutes of this video showing you on both the weekly and daily chart. So 3 to 5 day swing traders can bottom pick 180.24, but if we violate, that is to say close below 180.24, you reverse, go short into the mid 170s, where 3 to 5 day swing traders can go long, 3 to 5 week swing traders can go long, and even 1 to 2 month swing traders can go long back into the low to mid 190s as I showed earlier. Upside today, I do have resistance at 183.36 that can contain intraday strength. If we push through 183.36, we could test 185.05 today. Descending 2/3 speed line projected off of that early February high, able to contain session strength, and once again, as 180.24 can contain selling perhaps into later week, 185.05 can contain buying perhaps into later week. It would be a settlement above 185.05 today that would signal a 3 to 5 day buy signal up to 189.52. So this kind of lays out a more I think cogent manner here, where you've got a 3 to 5 day sell signal below 180.24, expecting long-term support in the mid 170s, and you've got a 3 to 5 day buy signal above 185.05, then expecting what I would call near to midterm resistance in the 189.52 region, where we could top out by that point in time through next week and perhaps fall away from as we move into later March trade. Finally, it would be a settlement above 189.52, and we don't have it illustrated today, but it is, if you look at this trend line, the angle, and you project it off of both this later January high and the December all-time high, that comes in at 195.27 to 197.25. And only if we were to close two conditions that would present a target for the mid to upper 190s. One is the point I was just making. A settlement above 189.52 should yield this upper area within 1 to 2 weeks. Or we continue south into the mid 170s over the next week or so, where you can buy Apple in anticipation of bullish rotation to the upside into the mid to upper 170s within a month or two of testing the mid 170s. Is there anything else to say beyond what I already have? I don't think so. I think I've rounded it out pretty well. In fact, I'm going to leave you with this image. This is the image for the day. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. We put out 2 stock picks a week, daily analysis in the Q and the SPY, so forth and so on. You have 5 days to check it out. If you don't like what you see, you can bow out at no cost to you whatsoever. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Wednesday's Apple report, and you have a great day.